Hello, my name is Gabriella Cagliari, and you can just call me Gabby. And my TED Talk video is going to be on different types of parenting styles, for example, as helicopter, verbal, physical, and uninvolved. And there's many more types of parenting styles, but these are the most seen and heard of with most people. I've heard many stories on how people act and how kids have overcome what their parents have done by being either like a physical or a verbal one, which are two very harsh kinds of parenting styles, because physical is like abuse and no one wants that, and then verbal is like screaming. But there's different types of verbal. There's a verbal that you can like, the ones that talks to with your, like the one that, there's different types of verbal, and the one that is the better one of the two is the one that the kids communicate with their parents, which is a different type of verbal kind of parenting style. I've also seen how some act, like by going to people's houses and how they treat their kids. But yet again, parents treat their kids in a different way when their friends are around, so it might not be completely honest in like how they actually act around their kids. And then for some parents, there's a mixture of like helicopter and the good kind of verbal, which wouldn't be a bad parent, but per se not the best parent, so it'd be a good parent. And for the uninvolved parents, it might not be completely their fault. Like, they have jobs and they have to work all day, so it might not be their fault because they have to do this to keep their family together, which is sad and good at the same time. So you know they're trying, but they still can't hang out with you. So that's your uninvolved parent. And I just feel like for those kids, you can kind of know who they are, like how they act, because like you learn how to act and do things from your parents. You like take things from them. So if you act like your parents, because that might be a thing too, your parents might be acting how they were treated when they were a kid, so they don't know any other way how to treat you, and it might not be a good way. Then there are those parents that are divorced, like mine, but I'm not going to get into that. We're separated when I was 5, so it didn't impact me until later. But do you think they should do it sooner or later? Raise your hands. I want to see a raise of hands of who thinks, if your parents weren't happy, would you want them to get divorced earlier or later in your life? Because you do want your parents to be happy, so would you want them happier earlier or like later? So later or earlier in your life. Then there's parents that act different even in front of just their kids. Sometimes they'll be physical, then like another day they'll be a verbal parent. Then another day, out of the blue, they might be a helicopter parent because they actually start trying, which helicopter parents aren't bad. They could be, but they're not bad. And they actually, if they're helicopter parents, that means they actually care for you and they actually want you to be somewhere in life, so they try to push you to do things, maybe not let you hang out with your friends every single day because they want you to do your homework and get in life, farther in life than an uninvolved or like any kind of other parent might not push you as much as a helicopter parent, even though they might be a bit strict in a way. Then when coming to kids, it could be the kids' fault how the parents act, because some of the badder kids, you would say, might make their parents act in a way that they can't necessarily, not can't, they might not know how to act around you because they know you might lash out at them. So it's not always completely on the parent how they act. It could be on the kid. And there's way more things that I could tell you about different parents and different stories, but that would be like an hour video. So that was my TED Talk, and I hope you liked it. And thank you for listening.